Hello, my name is Lilian Okibe. Happy New Year and welcome to my channel. So to start off the year, I figured I should make a video that will give you guys some information to help make this year a pleasant year when it comes to your locks. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing some very helpful items that I think will help make your lock journey so much easier. These are things that I've been using and I absolutely swear by. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, then please keep on watching. But the first thing on the list is that you need to help make your lock journey enjoyable is fan. I feel like you need like two fans, a standing fan and a mini hand fan. If your locks are taking days to dry, then you're really missing out on this very important hack that can help make your lock journey so much easier. I first started out using a standing fan, right? And I like anytime I wash my hair, those of you that have been watching my videos, you guys know that I don't dry my locks with a towel or like a shirt or whatever. I use a fan, and that's because I feel like whenever you're using like fabric to dry your locks, whether it's microfiber or whatever, the chances of you getting links is a little higher. And so even before I started my locks, I ditched using what's it called, like any kind of like fabric, whether towels or shirts or whatever, to dry my hair, even when I had loose natural hair. And so like now that I've gotten locks, as my locks have gotten like a little longer and thicker, my locks take a little longer to dry, unlike how it was when I first started out. And so this tip of like using a fan to dry my locks has really saved me. Like my locks dry in about maybe like 2 hours. Like it gets completely dry in about 2 hours, and I wet my locks very often. You guys know how much I love water and how much I swear by water. Like you investing in a fan would definitely change your life. And the reason why I prefer using fans like to hair dryers is that hair dryers, even when you put it on cool setting and low heat, it still releases like some heat, and for me that heat kind of like irritates my scalp, so I try to stay away from heat. In short, I stay away from it. Like I've not used heat in my hair. Have I ever used? Yeah, when I had loose natural hair, I used to use heat every now and then to dry my wash and goes. But like now, like I feel like I've not used heat in my hair in maybe about maybe 3 years or so. Like I don't use heat in my hair, but my locks dry pretty fast, and I owe that to fan. So the kind of fan you want to get a standing fan, because I feel like standing fans are very easy to use. All you just have to do is sit very close to the fan and be doing whatever you're doing. You can be working on whatever you're working on, and the fan is going to dry your hair. But sometimes like you may need something like this. This is like a mini hand fan, and I absolutely love this. But I wish this went a little higher. I wish like it produced a little bit more power. So this is not as strong as the standing fan, but this gets the job done. And for people who have issues with like dry scalp and like itchy scalp and things like that, this is going to really help relieve all that. So all you have to do is just like spray some water on your scalp, massage it in, and then dry it with a fan. Just put it on, and just what I like about this fan is, like, unlike the standing fan where you sit near the fan and wait for it to dry, with this, like, you can target certain areas. I use it a lot when I want to dry my roots. Sometimes when maybe my hair is dry, my roots are not like dry, or maybe I just want to like massage my roots and whatever, I use it a lot. So you can just target the roots and just allow the air to go in, and it's so soothing. It's so soothing. Oh my goodness, it's so soothing. I highly recommend this. Get you a standing fan and a mini hand fan. It's to transform your life. Next thing on my list that will help make your lock journey so much easier is for you to invest in like satin or silk fabric, like big large satin or silk fabric. Now we all know people talk about investing in like a durag or like a bonnet or like a satin or silk scarf or pillowcase and all the likes, so that you can use all those to sleep when you sleep at night, to prevent links from getting into your hair, right? But the thing about like bonnets and scarves and to an extent durags is, when you go to sleep, sometimes you go to sleep and you feel like, oh, your locks are covered, but you wake up and the bonnet is off your head, or like the scarf is off your head. So maybe for like 4 hours, while you did not know, maybe like 3 or so hours that the bonnet came off, your locks are exposed to whatever fabric that is on your sheets, right? And if it's very linty, all that lint can get transferred into your locks. So what I recommend is investing in like a large satin or silk fabric that you can lay on your bed. Like if it's wide enough that it can cover like the head portion from one end to the other end of your bed, like the full head portion or the full pillow, cover your whole pillow and like the entire head area. I feel like that's very nice. And if you're someone who has very long locks, or if you're someone who's always rolling all over the place on the bed, you can go for something that is as big as maybe like that will cover your whole bed. I don't know, but investing in like a large satin or silk fabric can help. If you like to wear bonnet, can just give you that extra protection. Because I feel like this is better than a pillowcase, because with pillowcase, like, it's just the pillow that is covered. So if you're sleeping and you roll away from the pillow, like, your locks are exposed to your sheets, right? So I really recommend investing like a large satin or silk fabric, such that it can cover like most parts of wherever most of the part that your head will end up on, whether you're wearing a bonnet or not. And another reason why I like this over a pillowcase or like a scarf or whatever is that sometimes, like for me, sometimes when I go to sleep at night, I sleep on wet locks. Like, sometimes I sleep on wet locks, sometimes I sleep on damp locks, and at times like that, it's not really wise for you to go to sleep wearing a bonnet or scarf or anything that will cover your locks. So at times like that, you can just like sleep without any fear of having lint getting your locks, because your sheet is protected, like the head portion of your bed is protected, and you can sleep and allow your hair to air dry, and before you wake up, your hair is going to be completely dry, and that will prevent mold. Because if you go ahead and cover your locks when your locks are not fully dry, that can make your hair start to smell weird or start to develop mold. And the next on our list is spray bottle. I know that those of you that watched my last nighttime lock routine, I talked about like me ditching spray bottles, like because I stopped using spray bottles at a point in my lock journey, and that's because I discovered that my spray bottle was not spraying very well, and so I just got frustrated. But spray bottle is like really nice. I've gone back to using a spray bottle. For those of you that do not know, I highly recommend you investing in a spray bottle that sprays really well, like that rains. Like when you spray, it literally rains on your hair, because all those spray bottles that just spray water in like bits, like those spray bottles can be very difficult to use and very stressful to use. If you're someone who enjoys to have their locks like juicy and moisturized, like using all those spray bottles will just have you spray forever. Like, it's not just going to get the job done effectively. So I highly recommend investing in a spray bottle that sprays really well. This is going to help to give you the water that your locks need as quickly as possible, and this will also help you to use another item that I'll be sharing next. Now, the next thing on the list is essential oils. The first time I used essential oils was back in 2019, I believe. Yeah, I think it was 2019, and that was when I was learning product formulations and like, you know, all those kind of things. And so one of my, you know, things I was working on was creating like a hair products, and I wanted to use essential oils instead of perfumes, and I hated essential oils as a result of that, because the oils I got were oils that people hyped, but I just didn't like the smell, and so it just gave me bad reputation about essential oils in general. But now, very recently, I've gone back to using essential oils, and I feel like number one, the quality of oil that you get matters a lot, right? And the kind of oil that you get also matters. Like, it's not enough. People are drawn to different scents, so the fact that people are hyping a particular smell or scent doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to love it. I don't know about you, but for me, I like when people come near me, when people come near my locks and like come near my locks, I like them to smell something pleasant. Like, I don't like my locks smelling bad, and that's one of the reasons why I don't really use a lot of the DIY things that people hype, just because like, there was a time I did all of that, and I just I hated the smell of many products. Like, there was a point when in my hair journey, when I had loose natural hair, when I used to do product reviews, and I'll have all these like brands send me products and stuff, and I hated the smell. Like, it's usually either the product smells terrible or the product has a nice smell that is overpowering, you know. And so that's one of the reasons why I stopped doing brand sponsorship videos and posts and things like that. And one of the reasons why I don't really use a lot of like store-bought hair products, because a lot of them have very like chemical strong smell or very bad smell. But the reason why I feel like essential oils are amazing is if you're using something, just like how I use essential oils, I put a few drops into my spray bottle. Like, let me show you. So this is like the spray bottle I use. It's pretty small, So I put about like 6 drops of essential oils into water. I fill up this bottle with water, and I put like about 6 drops or so of essential oils and spray it into my hair, and just helps my hair, my locks feel a lot fresher, and it gives it like a nice pleasant smell. Right now, the scents, the essential oils I'm loving that I use orange and vanilla. Simple, like, and I don't use more than like 6 drops. You don't need to put so much that your locks, like, the smell is overpowering. Just a little bit, just give you that light like tint of like nice smell. I absolutely love essential oils, and I feel like it can just help make you feel more it helps you feel, it makes you feel nicer. And when people come close to you, apart in addition to the fact that your locks look clean, when they come close to you, they get to smell something nice. And that's one of the reasons why I feel like you should not put too much. Is if you put too much essential oils, it's going to be overpowering, and eventually your locks start to smell weird, especially if you don't wash often. So it's always nice to just put a little, just like maybe 6 drops or so in like water, and spray it into your hair, and it's definitely help make your locks smell nicer. Since I started doing this, it has made me a lot more confident, because there's just something about smelling nice. It just boosts your confidence, and like you just walk into your room and you're just, you know, feeling yourself. So I highly recommend essential oils, but make sure you get essential oils from, you know, brands. Like the essential oils I use essential oils from Now brand. It's very popular, you know. But even if you don't get it from the Now brand, like there are so many brands I can get it from. I'll see if I can find like Amazon links to them, and I'll put them in my Amazon shop. So in case you want to check them out, I'll put the link down in the description box as well. Next thing on the list is extra large elastic hair ties that are made of like cloth fiber, like something that is made up of material that is not linty, you know, something like this. I feel like my elastic bands are made up of the kind of like material used for making like leggings and like pop socks, you know. Yeah. And before I started buying my hair ties from this brand Molly and Rose, I used to make my own hair ties. I used to make my own DIY hair ties. I have a video here on my channel, and a very old video. I'll link it up in the iCards. But basically all I do is just cut the like a strip or like the leg of my pantyhose, or like my pop socks, or whatever you call it wherever you are. And that's what I use as my hair ties, and it does an amazing job. It's not harsh on the hair. The indentation that it leaves isn't that much, especially if you get the ones that are extra large. So I have this one that goes like really large. I have another one that is a lot smaller. This one what I use when I do like styles that require a little bit more hold, like styles where I'm not packing all my hair at once, where it's just like a little portion of hair that I'm packing. And this also goes really wide, like this also expands really wide, you know. So investing in like large elastic bands, elastic hair ties that are made of cloth material, I feel like those ones are not as damaging to your hair, not as damaging to your locks. And you also want to be on the lookout for your elastic band. As soon as you start to notice that they are becoming like linty, or kind of like particles are on it, or they are becoming dirty, throw it away and get another one. So if you want to see how to do it DIY, I have a video up here. Just you don't even need to, like, it's very simple. You can watch it if you want to watch, but it's basically just cutting the leg of your pantyhose, and you have your elastic hair tie that is very stretchy. Now the next item on the list, visor caps. I've showed this to you guys before. I think my last video I showed you guys, I used it to style my hair, where I showed you guys different lock styles I can wear. I used the visor caps in that video. But basically I feel like investing in like a nice, or a few nice visor caps to definitely transform your locks. And I've recommended like visor caps to several of my clients. A lot of men, you know, who have very short frizzy locks, that who are in the frizzy lock stage, and like they've come back to tell me like, oh my goodness, like it's a game changer. If your locks are like all over the place and you feel like you're not really there yet, you're not really confident enough going out with your locks, especially if you're in the frizzy locks phase, investing in like nice visor caps can definitely transform you. Like, it can change your hair or your locks from looking like you're not so sure about it to looking like, oh my goodness, everyone is commenting how cute your locks are, like by just wearing a nice visor cap. So I have them in different colors, right? But you want to get something that is made up of material that is more like silky. Now this is not silk, but it's very like silky, like it's very smooth, and your hair just glides through. It's not going to be snagging your hair or like holding on onto your hair in any way. I love like this material. I don't know what it's called. Let me see if, yeah, this is polyester. So mine are made of like 100% polyester. So you want to get something that is of that range, silk or like polyester, or something that will not like, you know, snag your hair or leave any lint or anything like that in your locks. You also want to get something that is your size, right? Now I have the one that the back is made of Velcro, right? So I get something that when I wear it, like, and I close the Velcro 100%, it's still my size. So like this is like my size. Now I get this from my local beauty supply store, and this is like the biggest size that they have. So I wish they had I wish they have something that is bigger. Maybe I can go like 1 or 2 sizes up, but this is also actually fine. And the good thing about this is, unlike many other like caps and hats, as your locks get longer or whatever, if you're always wearing all those hats that cover all your locks, it may start to flatten your locks or make your kind of like change the shape of your locks and kind of make your locks start to look weird. And a lot of times as your locks get longer, all those caps and hats don't really fit. So that's why I really love all these visor caps, because they give you that extra look of having like a headgear while keeping your locks outside. They help to make your locks look nicer, but at the same time, like, they're not like compressing your locks like too much. The only place where you can compress your locks is down around this side, and that's when you do not get your size. But if you get like your size that is not so tight, it doesn't really compress your locks, you know, as much. It's like, it keeps your locks out there, and it always fits. Like, you don't have to worry about it not fitting your locks because your locks are thick or full or whatever. So I highly like, I can't recommend this enough. I recommend this to everyone that cares to listen. I recommend this to everyone that cares to listen. So unfortunately I don't know if I can find this on Amazon, but if I can, I'll put the link in my shop in case you want to check it out. But yeah, this is highly recommended. So with that, we've come to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and if this is your first time on my channel and you'd like to see more videos from me, then definitely subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys in my next video.